Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Let's go, boys and girls. Of course, here we are. What day is it? It's Saturday here in good old Kiwi land. Guess what? Tomorrow's daylight savings. Yes, we have that here. Daylight savings. Can't wait for it. Of course, it brings on the true flavor of summer. And wow, it's going to be so good. So good. Starting to get warmer now. Good old Kiwi land at the bottom of the world. And looking forward to it. 11:30 a.m. here, Saturday, 24th September. I know that around the world it is a different time. Where is it in Los Angeles? It's 19 hours behind us, and it's currently 4:30 in the afternoon. Can't believe it. 4:30 in the afternoon on Friday. So everyone's probably just about finishing work. Wants Friday drinks, go relax with the family. New York, of course, it's a little bit later. It's still Friday, but it's about 7:30 in the evening on the Never Eat on the East Coast there. So yeah. And of course, London. It's today. It's Saturday in London. It's currently it's just turned Sunday, half past 12 in the morning. So it's only been there for half a day. Welcome to Saturday. But here, of course, it is a massive 11:30 in the morning. So well ahead is for sure. All right, cool. That is where we are. Welcome everybody. Let us know in the chat where you are from around the world, and that'd be a bit of fun. We're going to start off with the crypto, with the stock market, then get into crypto. Got a little bit of a short video from Gareth Soloway with his forecast for ETH and Bitcoin. I always liked Gareth Soloway. He was on Kitco News. If you hadn't seen him, and of course that's just come out, and so cool. We're going to jump over to obviously have a look at the forks of Ethereum proof of stake, which is Ethereum Power and Ethereum Fair. We're going to look at those and then get into the crypto markets for Hex ecosystem, get into Team and Maximus, and of course the Hex Daily Stats. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Now, Pulse Coin says it's imminent, but it's never imminent, is it? It's soon, though. It's soon. I think you should just use soon and then use imminent when it is actually imminent. So like within 24 hours, like it's kind of maybe an imminence there. But anyway, we're looking forward to that too. That's coming down the track there. Let's see who's in the house. Big welcome from Hex Token. And of course, I'm pretty sure we've got the audio running, so it's looking nice. We've got Crypto Dan in the house there. I said, nice one, bruv. Good to see Crypto Dan. And Ted Nelson, morning, Hex Token, great day to review, says Ted. What's up? Mikey's in the house there. What's up, sweet man? Hello, all. Fat Sammy in the house as well. Big shout out to Fat Sammy, one of our cool moderators in the Discord. And Mikey as well. Hi, Sammy. Good to see you. How are you? I'm doing well. How about yourself? There we are. So a nice little chat going on there. Pretty cool. What else there? Mikey's in the house there. Yes, sir. And we're in the best place to get that info. Superman is my #1 streamer. Hey, Mikey, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. And what else there? We got a few things, emojis from Sammy. David Gomez in the house. So what's good, everybody? Stake and chill. That's the truth. David Gomez, stake and chill. Time in the market. What else there? 12:30 in the morning in the UK, says Fat Sammy. Hello, how are you today? Live Beneath in the house there. Going to drop us some alpha strategy. Let's have a look here. Hex, EX, PLS, and PLS for the 100%. We are waiting patiently for Pulsechain, but in the meantime, the Hex ecosystem is exploding, which is pretty awesome. And I mean that in a good way, Hey, Blockfish King in the house as well. Good morning, everybody. And hit the like button here. Definitely smash the like, hit the subscribe button. Where are we up to on subscribers? 5,859. 5,859 subscribers. Slowly getting closer. What we need at 130, 131, is it? 130, no, that can't be right. 141 to get to 6,000. So that's our next target. Spread the word. Crypto Freedom in the house as well. Fired up Friday, and Superman is live. Woohoo! On my drive home from work. Hey, nice one, Crypto Freedom. Enjoy those drinks or relaxing when you get back. And safe travels to you. Fat Sammy says, I think Hex Info, he is doing an RH with eminence. Hex Info, he is doing an RH with eminence. That's it, Fat Sammy. Hopefully I interpreted that correctly. And spring is in the air in Australia after a cold winter and terrible bear market. Pulsechain for Christmas. I like how you're talking about that, Blockfishing. That'd be pretty cool. Sandy Beach is in the house. Hey, Sandy. Woo! Sandy Beach in the house. And of course, hello, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. What else there? I think that's pretty much it. Let's get into it, folks. Woohoo! Welcome, everybody. And of course, community is #1. So I love to go through the chat and welcome everybody in. because that's the most important thing. That's the way we roll. All right, so here we are. The Dow bears sharpened claws. The claws there as recession fever strikes. A recession fever, man. Who writes these things? Who writes these things? Dow bears sharpen claws as recession fear spikes. I guess it's not too bad. Not too bad, but colorful. All right, so cool. Let's get into the indices there. Dow Jones down 1.6% again. So another down day, down 486 points there, and broke the 30,000. That's a pretty significant number. 29,590 broke 30,000. That's the top 30 industrials. That is a significant break to the downside. So yep, that psychological level of 30,000 that has been busted down through. So not so good on the Dow. And of course, we talked about this, right? 1.6%. We're not getting a 5%, so 7% per days. But stay tuned. Watch out for that. S&P 500 is down 64 points, down 1.7% to 3,700. And the NASDAQ, with all the tech companies in it, down 1.8%, almost 200 points there to 10,867. So remember that number there, the S&P 3,700. The S&P Volatility Index up 9.4%. That's pretty big. And that's 2.5 points to just shy of 30. And so basically we've got risk off here, which means that the volatility index is up. And of course, the US dollar as the central reserve currency of the world still for the time being, although there is an unfortunate alliance well, it depends which way perspective you look at it, but there's an alliance now with Russia and China. We'll see whether they can actually successfully undermine the US reserve currency. Still, many attempts have been made. We'll see how they get on. 1.5% increase there, up 1.5 to 112.8. Let's see how the commodities go. West Texas. Oh, wait, look at this. Really shaving off the oil price here. This is really cool. We've got the Brent oil here down at $79.43, down $4. And the Brent crude almost down $4 as well at $3.80. And of course, that's both of them 4 to 5% decreases down to $86.65. That's pretty significant. And let's have a look at the last month on the Brent oil there. We can see that we're up to $104 back on the 30th of August. We've been volatile. Come down to 88, got back up to 94. Now we're back down at 86. So that's good for the pump, right? And some people would have wished that was probably a bit better over their summer. Having cheaper oil prices, a gallon in the US was pretty expensive, but of course very expensive down under here, where you have to transport the oil. We've got a refinery, but I think they're trying to shut it down. I can't remember, they're trying to shut it down here. But anyway, gold here is at $30, down $30 to $16.51. Not a good day in the office for gold, man. I don't know why the gold bugs keep beating on about gold. But we know that central reserves always try to accumulate gold, but apart from that, don't know why they're always jumping up and down about that. So over there at down 78 cents at $18.83. It's probably, if you're going to have a little bit of gold, a little bit of silver, it's probably fine, but I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket. But then, of course, food down 2% as well. Okay, cool. So we're expecting food to be a big issue next year because of all the seasonal issues and geopolitical issues that we've had this year. So we're going to talk about that. We probably should have a whole session on that because it's coming up for next year. Really, with the next season, it's going to be some really major issues. Let's get into some of the commentary. The Dow closed sharply lower on Wednesday and briefly fell into bear market territory Friday as investors fret about the potential of a deeper and darker recession amid growing worries that the Federal Reserve will overshoot on rate hikes. Energy slumped 6%, pressured by a surge in the dollar and worries that a deeper global recession will hurt energy demand. So there's the big shaving off on the oil prices there. Fears of recession have intensified this week. The Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell signaled that the central bank would remain on mission to curb inflation at the expense of the economic growth. The Fed pushed its rate hike forecast to 4.4% for 2022, up from 3.4% previously. That's significant. Significantly further jumbo-sized rate hikes are ahead. Yeah, I'm still a bit dubious about the November one, so we'll see about that. And with the midterms coming up, we'll see what they actually do there. Where they make it a little bit softer before they do high rate hikes. We'll see how we get on them. The Fed hiking rates into slowing economy, in which inflation is still well above trend. Morgan Stanley warned that the weakness in economic activity will be more broadly spread. The bank cut its U.S. growth forecast to 0 in 2022 from 0.2% previously, and its 2023 forecast to 0.5% from 1.3% previously. It's pretty miserable, isn't it? Pretty miserable. So yeah, consumer stocks, which are acutely vulnerable to slowing economic growth, fell more than 2% as investors priced in softer consumer spending. So that's pretty much the stock market there. There was a nice little update here about FedEx, so you can that's in there too. I'm not going to go read that, but in any case, a lot of the tech stocks here were part of the meltdown there, all down around a 1% for Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet. So what I was going to say about that is the stock market. So the title of the video was the stock market drops, but crypto is actually holding up. Relatively speaking. I mean, crypto moves around a lot more, but of course, it's the best performing assets class. BTC is actually holding up pretty well. So we've got BTC at $19,370. We've got ETH there at $1,336, $33 for the moment. BNB at $277. But we've got some pretty interesting performance going on here at the moment. We've got Algo there is up 8%. We've got XRP is still up there at 50 cents, up 5%. And of course, we've got Dodge is actually holding up 6.7%. And we've got others like Link. Link is up 5%. Crow is up 14.5%, and so forth. So there's quite a few movers. Look at this RSR here is up 16%. So there's quite a few movers out there, and it's still holding up relatively well. In terms of stocks. Stocks really, it's hard to pick really good performers there. There's always a few as the market goes down, but yeah, more pain to come for stock market. Let's hopefully the crypto is going to be impacted too. Let's hopefully we get a bit more resistance there. All right, let's play a little video insight. So where might this go? Let's listen to Gareth Soloway, who one of my favorite commentators. Let's listen to him.
And Ethereum. So let's revisit your Ethereum call first.
First target is going to be back. So we are at a little bit of support per the chart. So you can see we bounced off these pivots right here. All right. And that's going to be a short-term little bounce. And then eventually we're heading back to basically just below 1,000, the double bottom. And then if I'm right that Bitcoin is headed to 12 to 13,000 and maybe even below, then I got to think that Ethereum could easily be headed down to, 700, 600 area.
And that's going to coincide with the 3,700 S&P?
Yeah, so I think probably the 900 to 1,000 is the 3,700, and then the next leg lower in the S&P takes you down to that 600 to 700 level on Ethereum.
I see. And for Bitcoin, let's take a look at your Bitcoin technicals. You had called for 11,000, 12 to 13,000 for your base case low end.
Yeah, so you can see you're basically just hugging a little bit of support right here. If the dollar continues to strengthen and the Fed seems to want to make sure that it does, then you're going to break this 18 to 19,000 level, and your next stop is not really until that 12 to 13,000 level. That's my best case. That would be if everything works out and everything is fixed and so forth. Worst case, you have to look back to the .com era when Amazon dropped 95% during that collapse. And if that's what crypto's going through, you could be looking at a $3,500 worst case scenario target on Bitcoin.
So there we are, best case 12 to 13K on Bitcoin, worst case 3,500 from Gareth Galloway there. And of course, stock market going down, and of course Ethereum there calling pretty much maybe $600 or $700 in the drop if it does pull down that far. So that's kind of his, and it's pretty consistent with the general area that Richard's been talking about. I guess apart from the .com bearish scenario there. So that was pretty cool from Gareth, and it just came out recently. So cool on Kiko News today. So cool, that's where we are on that one. Let's have a look at some of the networks. ETH Power has powered up. ETH Power there, it was actually had pulled back up pretty nicely, 26% there to $7.45. Hey, this one, ETH Power could actually do pretty well, but the only issue is if the market is dragging down, whether this can actually keep moving up in value, because obviously it's had a lot of markets, a lot of centralized exchanges adopt it, but that's kind of known now. Obviously that can access more value through those chains, and that can develop over weeks as well. They've also got a bit of the network effect going. Obviously, big adoption by the Hexkin community and so forth. But yeah, had a nice little bounce today for sure. So let's have a look at the 7 days on here. So we were back up here 7 days ago. We were up at $10. And then, of course, it went down to $4.28. Got as high as $7.19. Came back down to about $5.30. And then, of course, got to $5.90 and then bolted. Bolted all the way up to $7.74. Currently at $7.47 there. So, the all-time low there 5 days ago, it's up 81% from that, which is a pretty nice gain in 5 days. Welcome to crypto. And, of course, there we are, all-time high there at $58.54. That was 21 days ago, 3 weeks ago. So where could this go from $7? Could it get up to half of $58? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I do think it's got a bit of fight in this one. So let's see how it goes. Remember, it is the native coin of the new Ethereum Power Fork, and it does have a lot of support there. Let's have a look at the ETH Fair, of course. ETH Fair at 64 cents, pretty much the same as it was yesterday when I was here. It's down 10%, and it's pretty similar to the price that I saw when I tuned in for the evening. And, of course, this one here might take a little bit longer to pick up some momentum compared to ETHW. I think that's pretty self-evident. It's got less exchanges, so it's got a couple there: Huobi Global, Gate, Poloniex. They're all pretty reasonable ones. So, but the volume is relatively low as well, still. So, this one here may be an opportunity at some stage. Still a little bit dicey at this moment. But yeah, let's have a look on the overview. The last 7 days, we're back up here around $2. It's just been sliding since then. Got down to 59 cents. Currently at 64 at the moment. So yeah, 9 hours ago was the all-time low. It's up 9% from that. The all-time high, $20.57, which was further back. That's 8 days ago, and it's down 96% from that. So interesting stuff. Now, obviously, if you had stuff on Ethereum and it got copied over on there, the forks for these two, you've got copies of Hex and everything else that you would have owned on there as well. So your stakes and everything else. And of course, you can access those through Acosa Pro, things like that. So it's pretty neat to see this anyway. So we're watching these values of these chains as well. Now, there could be a bit of ebbs and flows, right? So people trading in and out of the Hex ecosystem tokens and, of course, the main token. So if the main token's rallying, like this one here, maybe people are selling out into that. Maybe when it comes back down, maybe I don't know, buying in. It's all sorts of stuff. Maybe the people take more ETH and buy more ETHW and buy more Hex. So you're getting a bit of these sort of ebbs and flows going on there. So pretty nice at the moment, though. Up 26% on ETH Power. Definitely the stronger network at the stage. But we look forward to both of them doing well, right? Because it's good for us generally as well. So cool. That is pretty much the markets there. Let's zoom into the Hex ecosystem and have a look at this. But before we do that, let's get into catch up into some of the comments. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself. And of course, we've got let's jump through some of these. Got up to there. We've got Pulse Unity in the house there. Morning, Pulse Unity in the house. Can see Pulse Unity. They're launching on Sunday, aren't they? Sunday? No, next Sunday, 30th, I think. Maybe it's next weekend. Sandy Beach in the house there. Hey, Sandy Beach. Then we talked about Sandy Beach. Sandy Beach is awesome in our chat there. One of our moderators in our Discord as well. What else have we got there? I think that's it. It's cool. So we're not far behind at all. All right, so cool. We got Hex at the moment at just under 3.2 cents. So it seems like it's Groundhog's Day. And we had Groundhog's Day at like 4 cents. That was like 16 days. And it feels like we've been around 3 cents, 3.1, 3.2 cents for a while. Look at that. I mean, feels like that, doesn't it? We've been down to 2.9 cents on the hourly chart. Of course, we got up to 3.2. So not much happening, just trading in a range here at the moment. And of course, we dropped down from this range here when we were up at 4 cents. So let me go to a 4-hour chart. It's probably a bit better view. Yeah, so we were up here. Let me go to the daily chart. I think we'll just go to the daily chart here. So cool. Let's drop that back down. So this is the daily here on Hex. And yeah, we were sitting here at 4 cents a long time, all the way through here. We dropped down into this 3 cent range, so basically a cent drop. We've managed to bounce off 2.7 or 2.5, depending on which pool you're looking, I think. And of course, down here, we've managed to 2.8, 2.8 again. And then today we've got a higher one, 3.1. So it's pretty positive for today. We've got 10 minutes left in this chart. So 10 minutes left in this daily chart left before it ticks over to the next day. And we're at 3.2. So it's kind of where we are there. The talk of the town, though, is Maxi. Maxi is looking like it's really going to start getting that breakout. And, of course, there's not many hours to go. Was it 3 days to go? We're in day 19. Day 19. And really, it's we talked about 21-day launch phase, but really it's closer to 22 days. And, of course, we have got 2.39 hex per Maxi at the moment. Looks like it's on imminent breakout. If it breaks out from here, boom, chakalaka, boom, boom. How are we going to get to 250, 2.5 hex per Maxi? Looks pretty likely. And, of course, this is my main play, as you guys know. And, then, of course, my next one is Pulsechain, assuming it comes out with its imminent DApp launch. And then, of course, the next one after that is back into Hedron at Koza before November. So we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, these are the more probable plays. Obviously, the speculative plays, like all the ETH pound, the ETH fair, Hex ecosystem prices, which have been rallying. We're going to talk about in a second. So that's pretty cool. Looking good on the Maxi chart there. So in my title in the video, I've got stock market drops, crypto holds. So we've talked about that, but I've also talked about Maximus Gladiators grow stronger. You can see that's growing stronger in the chart for the old Maxi, and it's going to be pretty cool. Let us jump over to the results at the moment. Now I'll be doing day 19 results later in the day. But this is the results so far, and let's see how we're getting on. Now, this is just for the Ethereum network, remember, not for the ETH Power or ETH Fair network. So, but there's pretty similar numbers, I would suggest, obviously, because of the minting. Pretty similar for the most part. We got the base, the 1 year perpetual there at 52 million hex. Woo-hoo-hoo! We're at a third of that target, so we're going to watch that very closely. And we got the trio at 36.75 million. That's fantastic. And, of course, that's the 3 year one. We've got the APYs there, 11.85, 15.65. This excludes the diamond hands. And, of course, we got the lucky there at 40.31 million hex gone in there, 23.25 APY. We got the Decimus there at a massive, ginormous, big, huge, epically awesome, I don't know, 226.29 million. Woo-hoo-hoo! Rock dog. So that's pretty exciting. And the total amount there so far, 355 million hex has gone in there. And we're just getting into the zone where the big whales will be coming in. That's what we're expecting. So we're a pretty exciting launch place to launch in the last couple of days that we've got left. So spread the word about Perpetual's minting team with Maxi, minting the Perpetuals with the Hex. And, of course, you can now do that on 3 chains. You can do that on ETH Power, ETH Fair, and of course on the Ethereum chain, the main chain. So cool. We've got 2,684 T-shares, 2,500 T-shares, 4,000 T-shares, almost 13,000 T-shares, getting close, 29,000. We've got a total of 38,487 T-shares. Yes, can I get a clap? Yes, I can. I can clap myself. There we are. We can do it. I can do it. All right, so 487 divided by 42,000 T-shares. Let's see where we're going on this one. 91.6% of the Maximus Super Shark stake. That's how many T-shares. This thing is almost as big as in terms of the total T-shares as the Maxi 30th biggest stake in Hex, 15th biggest shark, and we're currently at 91.6% of those T-shares. Like a boss, you can see the Maximus Gladiators are going to dominate Hex out in the back end of the Hex staking ladders because they're going to be like a box. It's going to be the Hex Gold Whale and the Maximus Gladiators fighting each other. Smash, 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 chung, chung. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It sounds like something out of an epic movie. Yeah, the Hex God Whale, the gods of Greece, and the gladiators fighting in this crazy war. All right, so that's cool. Jokes aside. Anyway, the Diamond Hands got released yesterday. Woohoo! Diamond Hands released on all chains, Ethereum Power, Ethereum Fair, and Ethereum. And of course, you can stake your ownership tokens. These are Hex staking pools, so you get ownership token of that as the base, Trio, Lucky, and Decimus. You can put those in the Diamond Hands, and of course, you can get more rewards. So you don't just get the Hex yield, but you also will now get 20% flat penalties if people early instate their Diamond Hand staking. commitment. You'll also get some mysterious drops, airdrops, which could be, I don't know, could be quite lucrative. We'll find out. And of course, that's going to be awesome. So not only do you put your Hex in and get the base ownership tokens, you put your ownership base tokens into the diamond hands, and of course, potentially get more yield over that period of time. So obviously the 12-month one, that's going to be the first one we see the yields come out for diamond hands. In 12 months time, we'll see that. At 3 years time, we'll see Trio and Lucky and Decimus accordingly, 7 and 10 years. So pretty cool. Look at the massive results. 4.1 million diamond handed here, almost 5.2 million of these ownership tokens. So we've got 36.75 million, 5 million, almost 5.2 million have gone in here already. I mean, that's some pretty impressive numbers. So let's do a quick math on that. 4.1 for the base divided by 52. That is, almost 8% of the ownership tokens and base have gone in there. What's that? 5.2. 5.2 divided by, for the Trio, 37, say. That is around about 14% has gone into Trio. So it's pretty incredible numbers. And of course, that's even better than the base. That's even better than the base. 3.9 divided by 40. And of course, that is around about 10% has gone. 10% has gone into Lucky. That's pretty impressive. And of course, the Decimus there, 5, which is actually it's going to be the lowest one, divided by 226. So far, only 2.2% of the Deci has gone in. That's the lowest by a long shot, proportionally. But that's the total is 18 million. 18.2 million has gone in so far. So let's average that out. 18 million divided by 355 million, and that gives us 5%. 5% have so far gone into diamond hands. I don't have diamond hands, but diamond hands, and that's where we are at the moment. We've still got a lot of days to go. A lot of people haven't heard about it yet, so spread the word. I did the video yesterday on it, just to simplify it, and I didn't do any of the contract confirmations, but other than that, check that out on this channel. You can share that around diamond hands. It does break it down, makes it much more easier to follow for people that are less familiar what they're doing. All right, so team minting, we've got 666.97 million, basically 67 maxi has gone to the team minting. Unbelievable numbers. These are absolutely fantastic numbers. And of course, we've still got about 3 days to go, give or take. So exciting times. Let me sign on here. Actually, let me just let me have a look here. Oh, I don't know why that didn't work. All right, let me just change the network, and we're going to go to useful links, and we're going to go up the top here. Useful links. All the links to these are in useful links on our Discord. If you haven't joined, join up. That's a great place to be. We've got good info, good community. I'm just going back up here actually, and go to Maximus DAO, and we're going to go to team and mint team. Cool. Going to connect our wallets. Agree. All I'm looking for is the timer, just to get the timing down here. So cool. Oh wow, look at that. 3 days exactly. What was the chances of that? OMG. 3 days to go. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. That's pretty awesome. 3 days to go. That's crazy stuff right there. I can't believe that I've opened it up. It's just got almost $3. 3 days exactly. Let's wait till it goes to 0. Boom, yeah. There we are, folks. Less than 3 days. Here we go on the countdown to mint your team with Maxi and to mint your perpetuals with Hex. You've got 3 days to go. Spread the word. Right, cool. Let's go. That was hilarious. It truly was. Right, so cool. We've got 43 million has been staked in the team so far, and 24 million is liquid. I suspect that quite a bit of this will get staked towards the end there. Let's see if we can get, I don't know, about a 75% stake ratio. It'd be interesting. Team contracts, obviously out of the maxi, 20% gets burned. So it's going to be off the market. So 13.4. Let's do the math on that. 13.4 divided by 293. 0.3, so it's 293.3 million is the total supply of Maxi, and of course that's almost 4.6% of Max is going to be burned off the market. We already saw the Hedron deploy burn 1 million, so that's going to be off the market. Cool. So that would take our total supply 293.3 minus 13.4. That's going to take us down to 279.9 million maxi as a total supply. But of course, 30% is going into the 369 maxi rebate, and that means that's going to be off the market for years, not burned, but off the market for years. And of course, 1/6 of this amount will come out in year 3, and so on. So that's pretty cool. The maxi mystery box gets 50% of the maxi that goes into Mint Team. 50% goes to the maxi mystery box. No one knows what that's going to do. No expectations. But of course, if I was to speculate and say it was going to be benevolent, then maybe this is going to airdrop tokens to certain staking pools. Obviously, there's a couple of staking pools now. We've got Team, Diamond Hands, things like that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. No expectations, just my speculation as a YouTuber. But that's about it. And so yeah, that's going to be fun to see that play out. Now this also gets 100% copy of the team, so that's going to be copied in and also go into the mystery box. So we'll have 50% of the maxi and 100% of the team copy, and so it's going to be a big powerhouse. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. We see what the Hedron deployer and Icosa Hedron has been doing lots of things. Let's see what the maxi mystery box does. And we also know that the Origin account has been doing lots of things over the years of Hex as well. So we've got 3 big entities in these ecosystems, Hex ecosystems, that are doing lots of things. And generally, they've been pretty benevolent, and supporting stakers is pretty much what they do. So let's see how that goes. No expectations. 18, no expectation. 1,854 team stake minters so far. We hit 1,800 yesterday. We're now already heading up towards 1,900 team minters with almost 60 million maxi on the sidelines. We've got the Hedron deploy at number 1, 2, 3. Hey, we've got another whale in there. Woohoo! Another whale. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Another whale in there. So that's pretty cool. We had 2 before, remember? I think it was these 2. Now we've got this one as well. So 3 up there. So another whale has moved. We'll talk more about that in the afternoon session when we do day 19 results. So cool. Remember, we're more closer to 22 days. So we're going to do that later. So cool for the launch phase. And we've got all these other millionaires. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 now. So we've gone from 10 to 11 holders with a million maxi or more. So it's pretty cool. And you can see all the strategies there of all the larger holders as well. What's it? I don't know. What's it? I guess you're coming all the way down to 100,000 mark here. There's lots of them. So very cool. In fact, 100,000 to be on the first page there. So that's pretty cool from that. Let's have a quick look at the chart here. Now, I forgot to look at this yesterday because it's kind of, I don't think it's been around that long, but let's have a look at the view chart. And of course, this will show us the progress in the polls, so you can see it in a graphical way. Let's have a look at this. It's pretty fun, pretty cool. This is really cool. So Maximus Gladiators are growing stronger in the polls, and of course they're also growing stronger in the chart there. And Maxi's getting rarer. It's going to be interesting to see how that premium goes over time, especially the premium of the base trio, Lucky and Decimus on 3 chains. So it's pretty cool. So here we are on the 5th of September, starting off here, and away we went. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Look at that, pretty cool. And of course, there we are now. We're up to a 20. Look at that massive here. So this top red one is the Decimus one here. Look at the breakaway. We're expecting that to continue, to be honest. And I suspect that the Decimus will be bigger than the Maxi stake by itself. So it's going to be fun to watch that. And let's see what big whales are out there. I don't know. Hex God Whale. I don't know. If the Hex God Whale comes in, that'd be pretty fun. That'd be pretty fun. Let's see what happens there. And of course, Hex God Whale might go into there, and then of course put its hex in the diamond hands as well. If they play the long game, I'm not sure how young the Hex God Whale is, so I'm not sure how many long stakes they're doing, but that'd be pretty interesting as well. So cool. Yeah, very nice on their team. Obviously, they're doing pretty well there. That's the purple one there. These are the bottom 3 are the staking pools. But you can see the base there is number 2, the blue one there. So base is number 2 there with blue. The purple was the team token. And then, of course, you've got Lucky and Trio below that. So the sort of the midterm ones are actually the bottom ones at the moment. The Lucky one, of course, is the one that's coming out before the 10-year stakes in 2030. So that's very lucky in my opinion. So that's pretty cool on their charts there. Let's have a look at any updates on the Twitter. We've got obviously Hex Fanac here says minted team, minted base, minted trio, minted lucky, minted deathy. Very cool on that. So that was nice. Stake My Perpetual says Pulsechain and their respective diamond hand contracts on both ETH and W. It's kind of crazy to think where the world will be in 10 years. That first SMS ends. Thank you for your diligence there. So it's a pretty good tweet there. Trash says position myself best I could in Maximus DAO Perpetuals. Roll on the 26th or 27th actually. I just stake my all my perps. Says Old Soul. So nice there. 4.2 million perpetuals time locked and diamond hands. So pretty cool. What else have we got going on there? Boom, lots of things. Maximus says most underrated Maximus DAO innovation is trustless airdrop distribution to stakers in both the team staking contract and the Maximus diamond hands. That's right. So 2 places now getting mysterious drops as part of their reward pool. If someone mysteriously sends whitelist tokens to these contract addresses, they will be claimable by stakers in that period. Is that awesome or what? Is that awesome? So you just don't know what they're going to get now as acceptable tokens. And if people send, you could do it. You could do it. You could send rewards and acceptable tokens to the reward addresses and reward buckets. I think they're saying they are. And of course, you could airdrop these people yourself if you wanted to. Boom, mic drop. Bam. There we go. Only 3 days left to do the following. Mint the perpetuals one-to-one. Join Maximus Diamond Hands. Mint Maximus Team 1-to-1 and Stake Team. That is true. So very cool. Lots of 1 million Decimus there 5 hours ago. So lots of cool stuff happening in the ecosystem. So cool. I see the perpetuals and team from Maximus DAO exploding over the next 3 days. How about you? Says Simon. Absolutely do. So cool. We got nice, cool things happening there. Let me jump through here. Only 77 hours remaining to pledge. Hex says J Plush. What else there? Who else is going to step in? The Mint, the base trio and lucky. So some cool stuff there. Maximus says 4 hours ago, one day we will look back on this day when we had the opportunity to buy Hex at the bottom of the bear market and stake 1-to-1 on the perpetuals before the launch of Pulsechain. Some will be very happy. Others will regret missing out on the rest of their life, says Maximus there. I like that. And we need a Hex playlist for the next 3 launches. Probably true. Let's jump through some of this. Not quite sure that's the same. Dipcatcher is live now. So Dipcatcher was live on Crypto Cabana earlier. 2 hours ago, 8.8 million perpetuals. Let's jump through some of this. While the world asks when Pulsechain, the Gladiators, the season's an opportunity and building their war chest. Absolutely. And I think that's pretty much, I think we're almost up to their date with those. Yeah, so this was an hour ago. 42,100 T-shares and Maxi. 38,269 T-shares in the perpetual so far. Equals 80,000 T-shares total. Isn't that mind-blowing? T-shares in Maximus DAO, 104,000 T-shares to be a winning whale. Woo! 23,742 T-shares to go. Yeah, boy! Winning whale coming. Dun, 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 dun. What's there? 15 winning whales? 15 winning whales? Man, oh man. Is that epic? Now, this is definitely doable now. Definitely within reach of this launch phase without any further products required. Stay tuned for that. Is that epic or what? So let's read that one more time. That was pretty awesome there. And for, 23,000 T-shares to go. 24,000 T-shares. Pretty exciting. Man, oh man, that is cool. We've got 38.2 there. 38.4. We're getting closer there all the time. So that's some pretty alpha drop there from Maximus team and so forth. Yeah, doing really well. Really well in here. All right, cool. That is that. What time are we up to? 10 past 12. We've got the Hex Daily Stats coming up soon. So we're on, got day number 1,026 is coming up. We'll be talking about that soon. We're currently on day 1,027 as we head towards the Hex 3-year birthday party, day 1,095. So looking forward to that. Then we're going to be in 4 years for Hex. So that's coming up shortly. We'll talk about that soon too. Let's get back into the Hex charts. Not a lot of updates for other teams at the moment. But the Maximus Premium puts a smile on my face there at 2.3945, so basically 2.4x per Maxi, and we're looking forward to breakout. So let's talk about the other charts. Before we do that, of course, let's get into the chat to catch up on that. We're at 2,860 on Hedron at the moment. So just having a cool off period of time here. A very nice time, as we say, a very nice time. Let's jump back into some of these comments. I think we got up to, I think it's Sandy Beach we got up to. We've got KD in the house there. Hey, everybody. Hey, good to see you, KD. Who else is in there? Fat Sammy says, Pulse Bitcoin 2 more weeks, lol. Yeah, it seems that way. Get Hex in the house there, Superman. Can you show us how to buy swap to get ETH for gas? Yes, of course. Yeah. Okay, there's at least two sites, Swap Space, which I use, and there's another one called Exchange Now.io. These are kind of swapping sites. They've been around for years. I'm pretty sure Exchange Now has been around for a pretty long time too. So Swap Space has been around for years. Very trusted site. You can get to that in a useful links on the Discord. You can type it in, but it's always good to know that you're using a site that's been tested, hopefully, presumably with somewhere. But you just have to go down to the bottom here of the useful links. So if you start at the bottom, you have to scroll up here a little bit, and you just have to go up to here. So this is where we add in the ETH network. But if you want to do some swapping here, you can use Swap Space. So let's say you had some Ethereum, you want to get some ETH, you can swap your Ethereum for ETH. So it's going to do the cross-chain swap for you, and that's really only going to cost you like a transfer fee within your wallet. So it's pretty cool because you're going to transfer ETH from your wallet to their wallet on the ETH chain, and then they're going to drop you some ETH on the ETH network. So it's pretty easy like that. So they're doing the cross-chain side of it. So this is the one you do here. So you just go to Swap Space, and of course, all you have to do is if you're using ETH, for example, you can use other stuff. I'm not sure what combinations they allow, but at least ETH definitely works. And you can find ETH Power. There's ETH Power there. And of course, let's say you only wanted to spend 0.1 ETH there. So what's ETH at the moment? ETH is $1,300. So what's $130? Let's say you spend $130 to buy some ETH. Then there's a minimum on this. There's a minimum. So you can check changenow.io comparably. That will get you 17.3 ETH at the moment. Obviously, ETH has just gone up in price. It's at $7.57. So just remember that. So you can get 17.3 ETH there. You can click view offers. And of course, that's going to give you the best offer, which happens to be Change Now, which is you can use that directly if you want. But Change Now's got the best offer there. There are other ones, Simple Swap, Stealth X, Let's Exchange. I mean, there are other ones there that you can choose from. But this is the fastest and probably got the best value. 16 to 34 minutes. Yeah, way faster. So you can click Exchange. And of course, away you go. Now, if you don't go through the exchange, you can just leave it there. It's just going to sit around. You don't have to fulfill it. If you change your mind, you can start again as well. Just click the swap space there. What you do is you said provide the ETH with the address. So you want to send 0.1 ETH, and you will get 17.35 ETH. And of course, all you have to do is paste in your address that you want. So let's say that we're going to send it to our Play wallet. I'm going to put the Play wallet in here. Bam. Now, you don't have to put, I wouldn't worry about putting the ETH refund address optional. You can put it if you want, but I wouldn't bother about it. You might get some issues with that. So just click next, and away you go. So it's just a couple of simple steps, really. It's really easy. You don't have to connect your wallets. Don't bother connecting your wallet. All you have to do is you have to send them 0.1 ETH to their Ethereum address. So you just click that. You go into your wallet, click the send button, and push this address in, and then send them 0.1 ETH. That's it. So you're sending it from your wallet to their wallet on the ETH chain. They're going to send you the 17.37 ETH on the ETH network. So all you'll have to do, they're going to wait for payment, and of course the payment will come in. Then they're going to process that, and they're going to drop that ETH to your wallet. All you have to do is go to your MetaMask and swap it from Ethereum over to the ETH network, and then voila, you'll see your ETH pop in there, probably within maybe a few minutes. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So hopefully that's cool. Now you've got about an hour and a half to deposit time, but they'll deposit to you. Even if you get the amount wrong in the ETH, they're likely just to adjust that and send it to your wallet anyway with the adjusted amount. So if you accidentally send them, less ETH than you were supposed to, they're likely just to process that and give you slightly less ETH. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. So hopefully that works, helps you out there. Cool. And so that they're sitting in the pending now, but it's not. I'm not doing anything with that. So cool. That is pretty much it. Hopefully that helps. Let's jump away to the charts here. We're going to talk about all the rest of the charts we haven't talked about. I want to add to the perpetuals. All good. So yeah. Oh, so that's the first thing you can do. So if you then want to swap, so if you want to get ETHW in your wallet and you haven't got ETHW there, like you didn't have ETH copied over, that's what you're going to do. The second step, of course, is you're going to have to go to KyberSwap and then swap the ETHW that you just got in your wallet from SwapSpace. And then you're going to have to make sure that you select the ETH Power network. It's going to make you want to swap over to ETH Power, but you've obviously swapped over there already because you've just looked at your ETHW that came in your wallet. And then, of course, you're going to want to, if you haven't done this before, you're going to want to add in the Hex contract. You might have to paste that in, so you can find that through your wallet on the ETH chain. Remember, you can just go and see it on the blockchain. It ends in 39, the old Hex contract there. And of course, we got that. How much did we get? We got 13.7. Was it 13? No, it was 17. Was it 13? Something like that. Let's say we got 17 ETHW that we got off SwapSpace. That's going to currently get us 50. Let's make sure I'm on the right chain. Yep. ETHW. Yep. It's going to get us 56,852 Hex at the moment. So that's pretty much what that's going to get us. And if you wanted to obviously trade the Hex back into ETHW, then let's say you had 100,000 Hex, and you're going to trade it back in. That's going to get 29 ETHW at the moment. If you swap that around, 29, that's going to get you around about 96,700 Hex at the moment. This is the route that's going to take. Voila! So once you've got the Hex, of course, you can go to the DApp, and of course. Up the top here, you can go and stake that on the ETHW network. Mint your perpetuals. Here it is here. So Ethereum Power and Ethereum Fair minting sites. Just hit that, bam, and of course you've now got your Hex, and you can go and mint it. That's pretty much it. So you just go OK, connect to wallets, have agree, and of course now you have to click. You have either check Ethereum Power or Ethereum Fair. Check Ethereum Power, and you'll be able to go and mint. So there's 3 steps there. First step, ETH, in our example, ETH to ETHW, and that sends ETHW to your network. The second one is to use KyberSwap. I always suggest doing this in a separate wallet if you're interacting with new dexes, and you can put it in a separate wallet and do all your transactions in a separate wallet, and then you can send it back if you want to stake into your primary wallet. So you've got options there, but whenever you're getting into a new dex like KyberSwap, something like that, it's always a good idea to send it to a different wallet with different private keys, not a different wallet within your MetaMask with the same private keys, but into a different wallet, and then do all the interactions on that wallet. That way you limit your risk to that wallet, and then you can send them back, right? So that's kind of just a nice little safety metric there. All right, cool. And then you go into Maxi. You've got your Hex that you bought on the ETH Power network. You're going to put your 100,000 Hex in there. And you're going to approve and then mint your base. Way to go. Well done to you, and so forth. So cool. I think this has got the old side on it, hasn't it? I've haven't got the diamond hands on this one. You need to go to diamond hands. So I'm going to have to just double check that now. Actually, why is that not showing up the diamond hands there? Let me just double check my wallet there. I think it's maybe because I'm on the wrong. I haven't. Maybe let me refresh this. Bam. Make sure that I'm on the right one. Bam. And I'm not sure where the diamond hands is on this one. I'm going to have to go double check that link. Yeah, you basically should have the diamond hands down here as well. After that, if you want to go diamond hands, you can go diamond hands. I'll have to check that link, but I'll try and fix it up afterwards. All right, cool. They do have diamond hands up here, perpetuals. That's funny. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, I'll have to double check that, but that was working yesterday. I'm not sure why it's not working today. I'll have to check that one. All right, cool. Hopefully that helps. What else have we got going on there? Gedex says maybe I should swap my ETHW for more Maxi. Yeah, you can do that if you want. Sam in house there. Hi all. Good to see you. So we'll catch up later. Trio looks tasty, says KD. Certainly does for that period. Yeah, boys, says BC. Hey, good to see BC. I'm at a D today, but just percentage of each. I'm still considering if I'll do Decimus. Decimus has the highest premium play, Sandy Beach, so that's why you see so much going in there. Hey, Hex Token, thank you for your videos. They really helped me today. Hey, you're welcome to Sandy Beach. That's great. What else there? KD, yay. Academiciated in house there. Howdy, Maverick. Hey, good to see Academiciated. Hopefully I've got that, saying that right there. Pulsechain Hex says team is the only one we can stake, correct? Or can we stake the perps as well? All the perpetuals can be staked now in the diamond hands, Pulsechain. So I do have the link to that for the Ethereum side there. Is this one here? So that's the link for that one if you want to stake your perpetuals and diamond hands. This was working yesterday. I've got to go double check my link here on this one. Let me go to general chat. Scroll up for Superman. Let me just make sure I've got that one there. Perpetuals, stake ETH PAL, ETH Cash there. Was it different from my other link there? So ETH PAL dash perpetuals Maximus ETH PAL. So let me just bam on that one. Just quickly checking this. Sorry, folks. Bit of a digression. You can blame it on GetX afterwards. After all, yeah. All right, we got to sort this out. All right, let us go to ETH PAL. There it is, diamond hands. So I'll just have to update that link. So I'm going to update that link. There's diamond hands. So the other one must have a slightly something's wrong off about that. So I'm going to update that. So after you've minted your perpetuals, you can go to the top here, Trio, Lucky, Decimus. You have to go through each of them with your Hex. Then once you get your base tokens or Trio or Lucky, you can go to diamond hands. And then you can put those in. Base is this one. You have to select always, Trio. You have to select that, and it's going to update that. And you can see how much stuff people have staked here already, and away you go. So that's cool. So let me just update that while I'm here. Useful links. Let's go up the top here, and let me post that in. Bam. What's the difference here? EPower perpetuals.maximus.anvil there. So let's close that out and put that in. All right, cool. That makes good sense. Very nice. So that's all fixed up there. All right, so that's that. Let me jump back to the stats there. We've got day 1026 coming off hot off the press soon. We've currently got a few minutes to go, so I guess we're waiting for that very carefully. And so forth. So boom, let's go over to the charts here. So here we are, Hedron at 2,860, pretty much staying in this tight range here. Kind of doesn't look like a wedge anymore, but I guess it's kind of, but it's broken away. We'll just see how that goes. Just humming along at the moment. Let's us jump out of there, and we've got a Cosa at the moment at $1.02, just moving around with Hex, and that's pretty much it. So let's go to the BNB memes. BNB Pulse Dodge here at just over 4/10 of a penny, up 2.8%. So that's nice. Had a little bit of a rally too, up to almost was it 46/100th of a cent there. You can see that sort of rally there. So it's kind of cool. We're still low, so not doing too much there. P33 at 9.7 cents is still pretty low as well. And internet money down at 6684 as well, all pretty low. So all of them kind of struggling a little bit there. A little bit of life in the Pulse Dodge and P33, but not much happening at this stage. The airdrops, of course, Pulse Dodge coin, $3.17, just waiting for the imminence to come. The imminent news about the dual system. This is kind of my next play. Obviously, waiting for the announcement. That's still green plain, but hey, we'll see how we get on there. Yesterday got up to $3.44. Today the high was $3.17. Currently at $3.17. So that's pretty much it. We've just flicked over to a new day. This is a new candle actually. Weight token is currently just under 7/10 of a penny. Not doing too much since we had the big news about the fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, and the stablecoin CST. And of course, it was a bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news event there, as you can see. And so we'll wait patiently for that one. All right, so wildcards, PZN. Obviously, these are founders cards within our founders coins or cryptos, I said. Founders tokens, that's probably a better way of putting it. Conrad Zen here with PZN, 7/10 of a penny at the moment. Let's see, have a bit of zoom out there. So just eased off here, definitely down at this important point here. So this is 7/10 of a penny is really that support and resistance area we can see here. So pretty critical area to hold here at the moment for PZN. And more token is currently at 77 cents there, and this was looking a bit unhealthy because it's broken down through the support level. Had support at about 82, 84, 84, 85 cents, somewhere in there, and it's broken down there to 76. So watch out for that one. It's a little bit weak at the moment, and of course that is Trayvon, who we all know. All right, let's jump over to the ETH numbers and let's see what's happening with your copies of your stakes, Hex stakes, and Maxi and Hedron and stuff like that. So we've got this. This is ETH. We got this this ranked by liquidity. I'm going to post this in the chat in case you want to save it to your favorites. You want to see what the valuations are. Remember that on things like a Kyber swap, the US dollar values are completely wrong because the stable coins all crashed at the fork. So just remember that. They're linked into stable coins on centralized exchanges that are actually backed on the ETH network. So remember that. All right, so we've got Hedron at the top here of liquidity on the ETH at $223,000, etc. So you can sort of see the notice up here. It's got US dollars prices for ETH being derived from the FTX exchange, ETH WUSD market, and may fluctuate significantly. There are no stable coins on ETH. Please do your research. So that's a good summary up there. But we can see the leaderboards. Hex is dominating again and again and again. There are other ones on there that are doing okay, like SHIB and a few others, PLSD and things, but definitely dominating there. So we can see liquidity pool at the top here. We've got Hex pretty much across the pools. You can see the ETH pools, the Hedron pools at 0022, which is not too bad, over 2/10 of a penny. I think that's not too bad. Now it did get up to 3/10, 4/10 of a penny, so it is eased off from that. And you can see the big 24-hour. We had big 100%, multiple 100% gains. They're down to more modest decreases at the moment. So definitely had that, so forth. So here's the ETW V3 and V2, V3, V2 for Hedron, Hex pair there. So cool. So that's where the price is at the moment. So whatever your Hex is over on the exchange, if you had them in your spreadsheet, say you've got Hex stakes, you can put this price in as an estimate of your value at the moment, obviously based on subject to liquidity as well. And of course, you can see this on Kyber swap, which is what we just showed you before, swapping in between ETW and Hex, for example. You will have to import the contracts, of course, to make sure you got the right token contracts. You can see other ones down here as well. PLSD was doing pretty well. Here's PLSD Hedron, so down at 10 cents, almost 11 cents for the PLSD Hedron there, and so forth. Not much, $18,000 of liquidity. So really, most of the liquidity is up in these top ones here. And this is enough, for a retail player to play in. Obviously, the big whales, then if the big whales want to get in, they're going to move prices, right? So it's pretty much it. So this is really where a retail stomping ground, as it were. So just taking into account there. You can just scroll down. It's pretty small in the liquidity pools after that. So I think once you get under, under, 15, 20K, probably 20K, under these ones, it starts getting a bit thin there. All right, cool. That is that. And let's have a look at the ETH Fair network. Bam. And we've got this sorted by liquidity here. And of course, let me post this in the chat as well. Did I post the last one in the chat? Yeah, I did. Bam. What else there? DV says today, Pulsechain, yeah, 1 day closer, DV, 1 day closer. Crypto Night in the house, that was good old Morris, right? That's Morris. Crypto Night is Morris. I'm pretty sure it's Morris. Thank you, says Kid Hex. You're welcome. Yes, I have already sent to a new wallet. Very nice. Bob Wells in the house. Hello, everybody. Good to see you, Bob. Katie says, thanks, Superman, for the diamond hands tutorial video. Super helpful. Oh, great, KD. That's really good. And Bob's in the house there. Very cool. There is the ETH PAL liquidities. Can we do a poll? Will PAL ever reach parity? That's a good poll, actually, Stake Hex. Have we got time for that? I think we've got time for that. Stake more powder to ETHW today. More to the ETH side, but a little that way, says Bob. Yeah, I think ETHW has a chance to survive. If I'm not, I don't think so, says Bob. Yeah, the other thing is, of course, we are in the market's moving down, so we might have some hype at the beginning, and then it moves down. So just take into account that it's a little bit thing to take care of. All your shirt videos, your shirt videos are awesome, says Bob. Oh, your short videos? Yeah, short videos. Yeah, my short videos. Yeah, well, I'm after the Maximus launch. After the Maximus launch on the 27th, I'll be changing the format, I think, for the show, the channel. So I'll be moving down to one live stream is what I'm thinking about, and doing that way I can free up all my afternoon to do short videos. So that's what I'm looking to do. So I may not be doing my second live stream, which is just when people in the UK wake up. So I may just be doing short videos and doing a lot more of those with animations and things like that. So that's probably where I'll be heading with the channel. All right, so cool. Let's do a quick poll here. Will EW and or Ether converge on the ETH price? Will X on ETH. All right, cool. Let's put that poll out. Will the Hex on the all right, cool. I think that's okay. I think that's okay written. So get into the poll, folks. Will the Hex on ETH or ETH ETH reach the Hex ETH price? ETH, ETH, and both of them. And neither will reach Hex on ETH price. Yeah, that's pretty important. Now, whether they get, how far do they get to? Do they get a third of the price? Is this the best price? Maybe 3/4 of a penny. Is that the best? Have we seen the best price already? Let us know in the chat, in that poll there. It's going to be pretty cool. What else there? Big smiles from Pulse Unity. And Fat Sense says the new channel direction sounds interesting. One stream a day will certainly give you more time for research and evolving new content. Yeah, that's where I'm kind of thinking there, Fat Sammy. And short videos tend to do live streams fit a certain format, you know, for certain like a community engagement and lots of stuff. But then it gives me less time to focus on doing, video format. So yeah, it might end up playing pretty well. 100% agree. Yeah, cool. All right, sweets. All right. So let's have a look on ETH here. This is the ETH. And we've got the price of Hex at the moment on here. Hex is dominating. Look at the pools. It dominates the pools. The pools are pretty small. Let's remember how we got 48,000 here for 25. Compare that to, the pools on ETH, which, maybe 3x bigger, 5x bigger. So in the top pools for Hedron. So that's 48 there, and it's 223 there. So, let's do the math on that. 223 divided by 48 for the top pool there with the Hex hedge on. That's a 4.6 times bigger liquidity pool. The ETH price, of course, US prices on ETH is derived from the MEXC's price exchange for ETH and USD Tether, and may fluctuate significantly. There are no stablecoins on ETH. Please do your own research. So that's the reference price for these dollars. Remember, on Kyber Swap or on Uniswap, the prices may not be. I think the Uniswap has the problem for ETH. So Kyber Swap is what you're using to swap tokens on the ETH, and Uniswap, the Ethereum Fair version of Uniswap is used to do the liquidity pools on ETH. The Uniswap one was really buggy the first day and a half or something like that. It seems to have got much better now, and I haven't had any issues with those. Anyway, so we've got the price of Hex. It's dropped off quite a bit actually, because it was actually up It's down 61% on the 24 hours. So it was actually up to about 1. How high did it get to? 1.2 cents or 2/10 penny. I think got 1.2, just over 1/10 of a penny, and now it's down at 0.0046. So that's come off like 3x there. So yeah, down 60%. So interesting there. Obviously, it's cheaper. You can pick up more Hex on this chain, obviously for your buck, and of course, it's cheaper to get ETH Fair as well. So there's a bit of a play there, but it's probably a riskier play, a bigger upside potentially, but definitely riskier there. You got 65 cents and $7.66, but definitely ETH Power there powering up, and ETH Fair just holding on at the moment to this range. Seems to have sort of stabilized there on the last day. So you got this playoff between the main coin and of course the Hex ecosystem tokens, but definitely you obviously for your buck you can pick up more, but you got more risk. That's the way I'd put it. A more risk opportunity, but this is the upside and downside. Pulls here on ETH Fair. Sorry, ETH Fair here. The pulls are relatively small too at the stage. You can see the volume there just pulling off there. Bit of the markets are still bleeding down at the moment. How long that continues, another question before it bounces back. Maybe it bounce back. Who knows? There we are. All right, cool. Let's see where we're going. But once again, this is kind of your reference price. If you were going to put it in for your Hex stakes on the ETH Fair network, you could put these reference prices in to estimate the value of your portfolio. Obviously, subject to liquidity, which is pretty small, and so on. So there's something probably a more longer term play is ETH Fair at this stage. And ETHW definitely looks like where a lot of the action is at the moment, and it's getting valued up. Does have all those exchanges, as we said. Pretty much that's where it is at this stage. All right, cool. Let's get on to Hex Daily Stats. Yes, woo! We've got the Hex Daily Stats. Let's do it like a boss. Hey, we're coming up to an hour and a quarter, which is when we're going to wrap up. So how many minutes we've got going? We've got another 7 minutes to wrap up and do this, the Hex Daily Stats, which is so important. This is on the ETH chain. And of course, obviously, we have these. Essentially, the numbers are pretty similar to the numbers on ETH Fair and ETH Power because we only just forked the chain, so forked the contract. So yeah. Now you can actually see the contract on the block explorers. Was it link for the ETH Power one? You can go to the Hex contract and check it on there too. Interact it with on the block explorer there as well. But you don't have to do that because, Icosa Pro from Alex is allowing you to interact with Hex on their tap on all the chains. So that's pretty cool. The day 1026, the 23rd of September, the price is down just a slightly there, 0.6% to 3.164 cents. We got the payout today, tremendous payout. Brazil would be happy about this. And 6.394 expedition. The share rate is up 11.7 Hex today. So now you need 24,178 Hex to get a T-share. Unless, of course, you're staking out for 10 years, then you get it's only a third of this amount. The T-share price at $765. Can you imagine when the price of Hex recovers recovers and moves back up? This will all go up very dramatically. The share rate is just going up all the time. So cool. Actually, let's do the math on that. Let's do the math there. So let's say we're at 52 cents and we times that by 24,178, and that would give us a price, a T-share price at the all-time high back in November there, 19th, I think it was, of September. Sorry, did I say October? September. That would be $12,572 a T-share. At the moment, you can get it for $765. Very nice. Very nice. All right, cool. So that's pretty nice. All right, so the average stake there, 6.62 years, and the APY there, 39.2%. The amount of liquidity in the pool, 328 million Hex in the pool, 10.7 million liquidity there, and 1,216 ETH in the pool. Let's jump over to T-shares. 10.4 million T-shares, down 6,286. And of course, remember when we started the Maximus team perpetual staking, we had probably about 3.5 billion Hex due to come out from stakes. We're almost through a lot of that now, so we've seen all those ebbs and flows in the T-shares staking. Now, what else have we got there? Let's jump through some of this. We've got just under 62 billion Hex staked at the moment. So look at that increase of circulating supply, 147 million. And a decrease in stakes there, 134 million there. So a big day in the staking, unstaking there. What else there? 9.63% of Hex is staked. Look at that. the impact of the unstaking there and the increased circulating supply at the moment, of course, 9.65% down to 9.63% of all Hex is staked. A really good day in penalties, almost 5 million in Hex penalties there. A little bit of big payday probably in there too. It's just the way it goes. Let's have the growth numbers. Wallet's down 69. I just never know what these numbers mean here. The only thing I could think of is dust accounts. This doesn't make quite sense to me, but hey, I'm sure there must be a reason for that. We're at 310,983. And of course, we've got stakers up 38. Pretty modest day for stakers today, actually. 109,414 stakers. This is the headline number for me. Hex is about T shares. This is really the number that matters. So we're up 38 still. And of course, we're heading up towards total holders of 500,000, which is 500,000. And we're 240 today to 497,730. Almost tongue-tied myself there. 497,730. We're getting closer to 500,000. Very cool. We're currently on day 1,027 and 40 minutes into it. So let's see how we go. We've got a payout at the moment, 6.155 X per T share. Get those T shares while you can. That's the way we roll there. You know, what does Wales only say? Wales only done told you about T shares and the share rate. And of course, getting your Hex there as well. So very nice. All right. And of course, Pulsechain's coming up. So you're going to get a copy on the Pulsechain. So even if you missed out on ETH Power and ETH Fair copies, you will be, if you get T-shares, you'll get them a copy on the Pulsechain, and that's going to be a beastie boy. Now, obviously, we're expecting exciting stuff there with price parities, and so that should be a lot of fun too. All right, so cool. Let's get into the poll. We're going to wrap it up and see how we got on there. 12 votes. I'll leave that open for a minute or two before we end up wrapping up. We've got a couple more comments in the chat there. Let's go back to that. Bob Wells says, did you watch the video with KG and the ETF guy? Wasn't a good look for ETFs, says Bob. Yeah, I actually hadn't seen that, but maybe that has been an interesting thing. I'll have to go and watch that now. KG did an amazing job. A real bulldog, says Bob. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, KG knows his stuff, so I'm not surprised. Good show again today. Property Review says, hey, you're welcome. Briz on the beach. Let's go here. We're still waiting for Briz on the beach show. I reckon Briz will be so good at that. And he's got such good style for that. Katie, it would be Hex on the beach. Yeah, Hex on the beach. Yeah, I like that too. But not yet. I'm too shy. Yeah, Sandy Beach could do it, but I'm too shy. Yeah. You'd become a superstar, Sandy, I'm sure, if you were out there doing that sort of stuff. Hello, Miss Beach. Yeah. Katie says RH will surprise us all. I don't told you. Don't told you, says Katie. Yeah. Or Hex travels the world, lol. Yep, true. RH will surprise us all, because Katie, I agree with you on that. All right, so cool. All right, let's finish up the poll. We got 13 votes. Let me end it now. Bam. And let's see how we go. Will Hex on ETHW or ETH reach the Hex ETH price? And neither will reach the Hex price. 69%. So that's 70% there. ETHW 15%. Both ETHW and ETF 15. ETH 0. So there we are. Those are your numbers there. Yep. ETHW. Well, if any of them have a chance at the moment, ETHW obviously is the one that might be able to do it. But how long could it hold it there? That's the other question you got to ask yourself. Yeah. All right, cool. She sure would, says Bob. Yep, Bob, the peach, please. Yeah, I like that one. All right, so cool. Let us wrap it up. We've got the markets at the moment. BTC at 9,122, just easing off there a little bit, down 1.1. And of course, if we had a decent day in the stock market, it would have been even better for the crypto leading over the weekend. But let's see how the weekend goes. I think we might still get a reasonable weekend if this can hold on here in the crypto. We've got ETH Power is powering up there. Look at that, $7.80. Woo-hoo-hoo! It's not holding off there. Just looking at my ratios on KyberSwap over here, and they're still growing pretty strong there. And Ethereum fears, though, making a little bit of recovery there, back up to 66 cents. We'll see where that goes. And finally, of course, we've gone through everything. Let's go back to the Hex charts. Hex currently at 3.1 cents, pretty much Groundhog's Day for Hex on the ETH chain. Maxi, though, is like a boss, up at almost 7.6 cents. And what are we going to see? Some exciting things over the next 3 days on the old Maxi chart here. You need Maxi to mint team on the ETH chart there. And of course, you're still going to need it on the ETH Power and ETH Fair. If you hadn't got it copied over, then, you can buy there. So 2.38, almost 2.39 X per T-share. Sorry, per maxi there. And Hedron finally is at 2.860 with Icosa at a $1.02. Very nice. Good place to finish. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, have a good day and everything else. I will catch you later on for the second live stream while they last until the end of the maxi. 3 more days, I guess. And then I'll be getting into doing one live stream and a lot of short videos with cool little animations. Cool little animations in there. I don't know. We're going to work it out. We're going to create something. Hopefully that's nice and fun. All right, cool. Let us play out. I'm going to play out Richard Hart's keynote. Many of you have seen it before. Enjoy yourself. See if you can work out the what I think is the wild card. I'm not sure Brendan actually worked it out the other day. I was trying to follow him, but couldn't quite work that one out. Actually, I might play 2 quick videos. Let's have a look. Where's the other one here? Where's it gone? Here it is here. Boom. All right. I'll play 2. I'm going to play 2 videos, maybe 3 videos even for this is the encore. The encore. Enjoy. All right. Take care. See you in 5 hours time. Bye for now.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Pulsechain shirt on. Pulsechain ring.
So, am I just talking or what? Am I live? I guess I'm just live. Hey, everybody. I hope the weather's nice and cool out there. I hear it's like 106 Fahrenheit. Kind of hot. I have been talking to devs a lot recently, and I guess the next thing you're going to see released on Pulse X is going to be the limit orders. Works fine in the private test net. They're just going to push it to the main branch, and like you'll be able to test that soon. And the big thing that we're waiting on is consensus improvements. So because my devs are geniuses, they find bugs other people don't know about. So they know about bugs in BSC that nobody else knows about. They know about bugs in the click consensus mechanism, which Pirelli is based on, that nobody knows about. And so, you know, before we launch mainnet, we want everything to be right. And right now we have a pretty cool opportunity because the Ethereum guys finally got to market with something, or are close to getting to market with something, which is their Ethereum 2.0, which will now, once it happens, just be called Ethereum. They won't be called Ethereum 2. And it doesn't release new coins. You're not going to get a copy of your coins on Ethereum 2. It doesn't improve costs. There's no extra throughput. There's no extra gas limit. There's no extra throughput per second. All it does is reduce issuance rate for Ethereum, which is bullish for all of crypto. You know, Ethereum's got half the market cap of Bitcoin. And if you don't have Ethereum miners dumping the price constantly and enriching power companies and hardware manufacturers at the cost of the environment and the price chart, well, that's great. And that's great for all of crypto. And it's also great for Pulsechain. In my mind, the 2 most important core concepts for Pulsechain are the Ethereum fees still high? Yes, they are. You know, I was looking earlier today, it's still $3 to send normal Ethereum. It's still, you know, 10 or 12 bucks to do a Uniswap transfer, et cetera. And that's during a bear market where, you know, Ethereum already dropped 85%. Bear markets tend to come to an end. So the last bear market only lasted 365 days. This one is going to last a little bit longer because people decided to destroy their balance sheets and buy a second. They didn't want to do the normal blow off top bubble chart. They wanted to do an extra double bubble. And this double bubble, well, it didn't work. Ethereum's capital liquidated, block, you know, Celsius bankrupt. Michael Saylor net negative, El Salvador net negative. Everybody, you know, all those guys losing money left and right. All the people that listen to me, well, they seem to have done much better. Called top of the day. You might have heard that before. So basically, with this merge that's coming up, assuming it goes well, which I hope that it does, they've got a lot of audits. They've done a lot of testing on it. Hope it goes well. It doesn't do anything but help Pulsechain. Fees are still high. Gas limits are still low. No one's building out extra capacity for Ethereum. No one's trying to reduce the Ethereum fees except us. And I guess maybe the ETH2 developers that someday in the future will eventually get around to sharding, which has been a dream of theirs for like as long as Ethereum's existed. I don't know, 6 years. And it's great. So it also helps with our consensus stuff, because a lot of stuff the guys did in ETH2 for consensus is useful for us in Pulsechain. And that's the only thing we're really waiting on. So, if you use the test net, which I consider to be the best game on the blockchain, hey, you like blockchain games? Guess what, guys? You get copies of all your coins in the pulsechain.com test net. Go try them out right now. You can trade them back and forth. You can do, it's the same code. So you can do a lot of the same things. And everything else has been really good. Like PulseX, done tons of trades, tons of people doing buy and burns. I've heard nothing but good things about the testnet. So we're basically, because things have taken as long as they have, we're more secure. We're able to improve other projects if we want. Not sure we will. It's just funny. So in my mind, the two things people care about the most in Pulsechain are more coins, more throughput, lower fees. That's the primary value statement. And ETH 2.0 with this merge doesn't give you new coins, doesn't give you lower fees, doesn't give you higher throughput. And so our value proposition is totally clean. I like it. Everything's good. And then the less negative sell pressure on crypto as a whole from removing the miners having to get paid all the time is good for everything. Now, am I bullish on crypto? Not yet. Now remember, Hex ran up 60x versus Bitcoin the first time it dumped from 65K down 55%. So Hex can totally decorrelate from Bitcoin. I think it was kind of bad timing that it looks correlated now, because we had our own cycles, right? There were sacrifice phases. There was other things going on in our own cycles. And so I wouldn't be surprised if some point Hex started doing the same things it used to do, which is just overperforming like crazy. We'll see. I don't have a crystal ball. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, do your own research, etc. But even recently when you saw Bitcoin like break under 20K, which people are really hoping for, they don't like seeing Bitcoin under 20K. And then if you're a technical analyst, there's some things that say like support becomes resistance. And so, what used to be resistance is support in theory, old 20K top, now 20K quote bottom, but actually didn't hold a 20K bottom at all. Didn't respect that at all. Went down to 17.5, is now sitting at it was interesting. I saw the euro and Bitcoin and the S&P 500 all pumped today. I was like, oh, I wonder if they're correlated. So yeah, I think as long as Grayscale Bitcoin's at a 33% discount, which it is, and they hold 1% of all Bitcoin, and the Ethereum merge might be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. I mean, we see lending people that are borrowing Ethereum for the merge, they're paying like 15% APY to do it. And so, there's some people interested in playing this merge game. And I think traditionally in crypto, buy the rumor, sell the new stuff is pretty common, And so with the risk that Bitcoin dumps due to either just not doing its 85% dump yet, which would put it at, a little bit under 11K, and the 33% discount on Grayscale BTC, which has been consistent. I mean, it's been there for months. And the Mt. Gox coins being released at some point. Those guys suck so bad. Just give us a date, guys. Just give us a date. Let's go. Stop screwing around, The comedy, that whole thing. And then we've got the Bitfinex coins they're trying to sell, which I think is like 94,000 coins or 84,000 coins or something. And then we've got Ross Ulbricht's coins, which I think is like 70,000 coins, somewhere between 54 and 74,000. Can't remember the exact number. I tweeted all these, so you can look these up. So we've got discounted Grayscale Bitcoin, which is 1% of all Bitcoin. We've got Mt. Gox, Bitfinex, and the federal marshals probably selling Ross Ulbricht's coins because he signed off to let them do it to pay his restitution. And then normal cycle dump, right? And then maybe buy the rumor, sell the news for merge. So in my mind, it's the dream bottom would be the Grayscale discount goes away. Some of those free coins that are going to get released by law, like the Japanese ones at Mt. Gox, or going to get dumped as a matter of law, which would be the old bricked ones of Silk Road fame. And then it's up in the air whether the Bitfinex ones will really get sold or not. You know, they might get refunded or they might get sold. Who knows? And there's, I think there was 94,000 coins there. You could look it up. So the dream would be those coins get dumped. Bitcoin's deficit to net asset value in Grayscale disappears. And then it does its traditional 11K and pray 85% dump. That's been a nice bottom. And then if they raised interest rates, oh boy, that'd be nice too. Because as long as they keep doing quantitative tightening, QT, it pushes down the stock market pushes down Bitcoin pushes down Ethereum. That's how it goes. And then I like this next cycle is going to be hilarious because with Pulsechain, you know, like look at the situation Bitcoin's in. Is there DeFi in Bitcoin? Comedically, no. Is there high throughput? Is there low fees? Is there a roadmap? Nope. Is there good anonymity? Nope. Now I was just talking to a lawyer today about the Tornado Cash situation. And this, I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, but he says that, you know, the sanction just addressed USDC, which means it could be the case that you can still use Tornado Cash using the ETH address. And as long as you're using IPFS to access the contract, you know, it seems like it should be okay. But if you mess this up, it's devastating. Don't mess it up. Be very careful. Get your own legal advice. You know, of the many things in this world that you want to toy with, sanctions are not one of them. The government takes them very, very seriously. So I would get legal advice from a lawyer before I did anything related to sanctions. So yeah, bear markets don't last forever, right? So if our top was, let's check the chart here. Check the chat. So if we call the most recent local top, get on the daily here, in Bitcoin, if we call that November of 2021, and a year out would be, that's November 11th of November 10th of 2021. You know, that's 2 months from now. So if the bear market's only going to last 365 days, that's only 2 months and 4 days from now. Could happen, right? We could dump, make that firm bottom. And everyone else is thinking about this bear market. I'm thinking about the next bull market. As soon as we've got this consensus figured out, and I think we've got a good plan, as soon as this consensus is like executed and fixed on Pulsechain, it's going to be glorious. Imagine imagine all these new people that get to buy a massive dip. So when I got into crypto, I didn't get to buy a massive dip. I got to buy the top. So I bought Bitcoin at 30 and went down to 2. I was down 93.5% to start. It was like, oh, well, this sucks. Then you just hold. Then it goes up to 1,200, and then it goes down to 200, and then it goes up to 20,000, then it goes down to 3, and then it goes up to 14, then it goes to 4, and then it goes to 69, and then it goes to 17. That's the history. So being able to have so many people, like perhaps the people at this conference, buying at rates that are, 10 times cheaper, like for instance, Hex dip 95%. Well, golly, that's a good dip. I mean, you could get, if you buy 95% dip, you're getting 20 times the stuff for the same economic energy that a person that had bought previously did. So in theory, that greatly reduces your risk because you're getting so much more stuff. I don't know why in crypto everyone loves to buy tops and sell bottoms, but if you have the opportunity to buy bottoms, like some people bought the big payday dip, well, that was glorious. They did very well on that. Some people bought that $2 dip. I didn't. I just held. But had I been a lot smarter, buying a 90% dip on something that went up another 20,000 fold, yeah, actually went up another 34,500 fold from $2. So it's a lot. it's a lot of extra movement. 34,500 X from the bottom of the dip. That was my introduction to Bitcoin. What else do we got going? I mean, some of you guys may notice there was a US credit card on-ramp available for Hex, which would be buytohex.com. What else? Yeah, really, we're kind of waiting for consensus. That's the majority of what we care about right now. And we also, you know, the documentary's done. So the highest of stakes documentary is complete, and they're just slapping the soundtrack on there now. So it's I hear a 40-piece orchestra. I'm not an expert in orchestras. I'm not, you know, I don't listen to too much orchestral music. I guess we all do if we watch movies, because it's very common in movies. And apparently everyone that's seen it likes it. So I think it's going to be awesome when that comes out. So let's see what next year might look like. Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex on the Ethereum network, Hex on the Pulse network, documentary out, incentive token out. Tell us more about the incentive token. I don't know. People probably provide liquidity to it, and that'll be its claim to fame. What's Dogecoin's claim to fame? As a JPEG. This still seems to be a mechanic that works in crypto. What else? Racking my head here. Oh, yeah, the wallet's coming along. Mr. Wallet developer is still building out the wallet, so that's coming along. Anything else? I think that's all I can think about.